Hi. So I have written down some thoughts here. Um, it's just some knowledge and wisdom that I thought that I really wanted to share with everybody in order to maybe help some people wake up or to just have people ask me questions. This isn't anything set in stone. This is just my opinion, my beliefs, and some things that I think are important for everybody to know. So I'm just going to read it word for word, bar for bar. And I was making other videos of me like breaking down what I was saying, but it's just all over the place. So I'm just gonna read it first, publish that, and see kind of what happens, even though I don't expect much. Anyways, here's where I start. Breaking the mental cycle. I feel like before I start, I feel like I'm reading a paper in front of the class. But anyways, breaking the mental cycle means waking up and realizing you're in a simulation meant to keep you here in the physical plane. We are meant to base our lives around physical things. We take the Bible literally, and it's like saying, I'm so hungry I can eat a horse, and literally eating the horse. We worked to death, and the only thing we know is that we worked. We didn't live. I mean, we survived. We're meant to stay down in the ego mindset. The ego is worry, fear, regret, guilt, and they want us to live in a constant state of terror, which is why they only show us negativity online, the news, social media. We are meant to be in a constant state of fear, anxiety, and depression. They make us slaves to ourselves. We stress over a false sense of control that we think that we have, that we are taught to think that we have. But in reality, the only way to move on in this life, the answer to everything is to let go. It's to realize that you are a co-creator in this world, in your world, but you cannot live this life if you're holding on to so much baggage. And baggage is imbalance. And that kind of makes me think of Erykah Badu and some of her songs. Like, literally, some of these esoteric teachings are in the songs. You just have to read between the lines and listen. Don't take everything literally at first glance. Really think about it first. Really just break everything down. And I kind of like had a side note where I said imbalance is imbalance is not bad. Balance is not good. Everything is neutral, and that is something I could get more into some other time. But anyways, to the backside. Things start to get complicated when you label them. That's one way we're divided. Imbalances happen. They're meant to happen and be learned with, not to fight with or see as a problem. Every problem has its reason for existing because someone cares about something or is lacking something. When someone cares about something, you notice it. When someone doesn't care about something, you notice it. Problems occur when someone cares about something they shouldn't. And that's kind of a bad way of wording it, but I'm gonna kind of try to explain myself. So now I say shouldn't loosely because I'm not here to tell people what they should or shouldn't do, just suggestion. But anyways, things are only a problem when people identify it as such. For an example, your house burns down. Although physically challenging, this doesn't limit your mind unless you allow it to. You're supposed to learn a lesson with every experience. For an example, you're depressed. You see yourself and the world as a problem, and the doctor calls it depression, prescribes pills. Your problem is now an ongoing battle because you what? You care enough for it to let it go that far. When you didn't need a label, you just need to express yourself. You needed more sleep, you needed a better diet, etc. We're not given proper solutions to our problems. And just kind of listen to what I'm saying. I know I'm reading it, it's kind of giving like a robotic vibe, but it's just my thoughts. But anyways, on to the next page. What we get is just very passive ways of solving our problems, giving us the illusion that we are trapped in a loop. We don't get real results because we aren't being fed real knowledge. It's like asking a person to do something for you and they have a million offers and alternatives and excuses instead of just giving you what you want. That's essentially what our society is giving us, which is crazy because all of us, we just want to be born again. We just want a way out. And when you start to realize that there's a way out, then you start to seek a way out. That's what happened when you were in the womb, right? You knew that there was a world outside of your mother and you seeked a way out. That's us right now. There's a world outside of this physical realm, this physical plane. We just have to want to come out of it. We have to want to be born again. We're making that choice. And that's not to say that babies choose to come out of the womb. That's just, it's an example. But anyways, there's a reason why. There's a reason why they just give us just enough to keep us afloat. But it keeps us in a low state of mind. And that goes back to what I first said. They want you to reincarnate back into this physical world and be their slave, like most of us are doing right now. But in order to break the cycle is to find real knowledge that can't be preached. Real wisdom and growth through experience. Realizing every day is an experience to grow. Being one with the universe and realizing Mother Nature provides for all of her children in the way it's meant to be done. And this is just a side note, I guess, that I wrote to never fear God, aka your mind, the generator of reality, the operator of reality, and the destroyer of reality. And another side note, that rejection is protection. And these are just things that I've heard that just, I don't know, just popped out to me at that moment. But remember that if you have to force it, it's probably, I just got an email, but if you have to force it, it's probably not worth it unless you want it that badly. But no one or physical thing can hold you back from what you truly desire. And this goes for everything in the universe, every single thing. Nothing should physically limitate your mind into moving up. You have to want it for yourself. It has to be a desire that you truly want in your heart. And I know that for myself. I know that that's what I truly want. So that's what I'm going to work towards in my life. It's clear to me now. It wasn't clear to me before. It was blurry. In a world full of lies, it's not your fault. Of course, it's going to be blurry. Of course, it's going to be confusing. But when you ask the right questions in life, let's just say the right answers come towards you. You just have to ask them and you have to wait. You have to be patient. Like I said, it took me years from since I was 12 years old to now being 21. It took me that long. Well, really 20 because it was like, I don't know, a few months ago. But, you know, that doesn't matter. But it took me years to get to this point now. It's not just going to instantaneously come. But you will instantly maybe start to notice some things. You might instantly start to feel some things. Because I felt that and I kept digging deeper and deeper and asking more and more questions and searching and reading different Bibles, different scriptures, different texts. As much knowledge as I could possibly find on this stuff. And I'm probably not even like a quarter done with how much I want to learn. There's infinite amounts of knowledge. There's infinite amounts of wisdom that can be learned. So, but the point is, I'm going to go back to it because I kind of got sidetracked. But there's a reason why they want us to reincarnate back into this physical world and be our slaves. But in order to break that cycle is to find real knowledge that can't be preached. Okay, I think I already read that. Okay, this is just like some tips, I guess. Speak, don't suppress it. Speak your mind. Don't suppress it. Let your emotions flow, but learn to let them go. And that's a big one in life. That's a big one that we're not taught, is to be okay with letting go, to know that nothing in life is forever. Relationships aren't forever. You can find the perfect lover that waters your garden, you water their garden, but one day they're gonna die. They're not gonna go with you in the afterlife. You're not gonna go with them. You're gonna move on. You've got to let go. You have to be okay with things not being okay. That's the best way to cope in life. To know that nothing is permanent, to never get too comfortable, no matter how comfortable you are, because life is unexpected. Life takes you wherever, whenever it feels like it. You just have to. You have to go with it. Don't argue with it. Don't fight. Don't kick. Don't scream against the universe. Because when you do that, that's when things start to lower, start to shift, and they don't go in your favor. But when you are accepting of the gifts that you receive and accept what you have to give in life to receive what you truly desire, you have to realize that everything is going in your favor already. No magical switch is going to turn and it's just going to start going in your favor until you turn that switch yourself. That's the only way it's going to get done. No therapist is going to do it. No pill is going to do it. No person is going to do it for you. No object is going to do it for you but you. It's something deep within you that we all have. We all have it in our hearts. We all have it in our minds. We all have it in our souls and our emotions and our physical bodies. It's all there. It's screaming. It's screaming to be heard, but it's suppressed in the government. Like, honestly, I can't even be mad at them for what they did. I can't even be mad because they're genius. They're genius the way that they had us against ourselves. They've had us all fooled. They've had us all pointing the finger at each other when it's really all pointing back at us. They've had us divided for so long. They've had wars. They've had racism, segregation, all sorts of things for years and years that don't matter. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is you and your mind and what you want to get out of this reality. And at the end of the day, we all, I don't know if I can say this or not. This is just, take it with a grain of salt, but we all want the same thing. We all don't have a choice but to go to the same place, because we all go back into ourselves. We all go back from where we came from eventually. So really, when we come back, we're just given another chance to either make the same mistakes or to either wake up and break the cycle and remember who you are and remember what you are and remember that I am. Everything around you is a visualization of your mind, of your subconsciousness. Your brain is just projecting this reality to you. It's how you see it. Heaven and hell, they're mindsets. They're not a place. When you die, you're not going to go to hell and be tortured for all of eternity. When you die, you're not going to go to heaven and be in paradise. It's a state of mind. You can either ascend and be born again, or you can descend down into lower vibrations and hell in lower sets of mind. It's up to you. You get to choose. You're the chooser of your life. If you want to come back to this world with a corrupt government and all the bad things that we have going on around us, then do it. That's what you want. Deep down, at least what you desire, and it might not even be your fault, because you might not know some things that you should know that are really important for your heart and your mind. You're only taught to look at this physical reality, to only function off of your five senses, when really there's so many other ways for us to function that we don't even know the half of. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. But I'm going to kind of wrap it up. It's getting late. I got work in the morning and I have to go to sleep. But just know, what I'll say is that every day is a learning experience. Okay? And I'll see what I have at the bottom of my notes. Maybe I wrote like a little closing statement so I don't have to leave off on a weird note. But we are meant to be born physically and spiritually. Since we've been physically born, spiritually comes next. So, are you going to allow yourself to be divine and ascend to your higher self? Or are you going to reincarnate back into this shitty world with a shitty, corrupt government with messed up people who do messed up things and feed off of your energy? What are you going to do about it? Because right now, we're here, we have the choice, and it's not a bad thing. Don't see it as a bad thing, because it's not. I know it's terrible, it's awful, it's very bad. I know it's the worst of the worst, but don't, just try your hardest not to see it that way, because that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I first found out. That's how I felt when I knew and when I was operating from that lower vibrational state of mind that they want you to operate from. That's how I felt. But when I started to read between the lines and when I started to ask questions, I started to get answers. Dots started to connect and things started to make sense. And this knowledge is the thing that stuck with me in my heart. This is something that I can say 100% with my chest, with my mind, with my soul. This is something that I'm sure about. As somebody who's not good at being sure about stuff in their life, somebody who's on the fence, somebody who likes to weigh out all their options, this is true knowledge to me. This is real to me. And this is something that I'm so serious about. So in this life, I'm working as hard as I can to be the best version of myself, because I know I don't want to come back here. Not to say that it's bad. It's beautiful. I love nature. I love building relationships with people. I love meeting people. I love to see myself through other people. I love to learn lessons. I love the rocky roads. I love the bad times. I love the good times. I love myself. I know that I am love. I know that I am life. I am light. I am abundant. And I want to take that knowledge with me this time. I don't want to know all of that and have my potential be wasted in a 9-to-5 society when I can ascend to something higher, when I can be something higher. And that's not to say that I can't be something higher in this world too, because I can. I know that I am. I know that I will be. But what I know is that it takes time and patience. Everything in life you can have that you truly desire. And I say you can have with a grain of salt, because if you're meant to have it, you will have it. If you're not meant to have it, you will not have it. The universe is always looking out for you. It's to protect you. It's for your own greater good. Rejection is protection, and that goes for everything in life. It's protection, whether you see it that way or not. It depends on how you choose to let it affect you, what you choose to learn from it. And it's hard because life is crazy. Life throws a lot at you. And I know that as somebody who's operated from a lower vibrational state of mind for years, I know that I've been through some things. I've been through the mud. But I know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always been. It's always been there every day. You just haven't been pointed in the right direction. They've been pointing you that way, into the darkness, when really it's that way, straight ahead, straight forward, in here, inside, internally. Just know that. Everything that I feel, you can feel too. You just have to believe it. So, that's all I gotta say.